Hey guys, so I filmed a get ready with me for the makeup I did for the Star Wars movie this past Saturday. And I just did my hair in a quick little braid. This is probably the only time you'll see me do hair on camera because I'm not very good at it, but nevertheless, just as close to sort of Princess Leia hair as I'm able to do. Alright, and then I primed my face using the Ember Elise Lay Cream Concentrate just to add some more moisture back into my skin. And then I'm using the Tarte CC Under Eye Corrector in light medium and patting that in with my finger. And then I forgot to hold it up, but I'm using the It Cosmetics CC Cream in Fair and blending that in with my fingers. This is probably as close to a Holy Grail foundation as I found for my skin, so it's a really good product if you haven't tried it out before. And then just applying a little bit more to my cheeks. It offers pretty good coverage, more coverage than a typical CC cream. Then I'm using the Sephora Airbrush Concealer brush to blend in the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Fair, Pure Neutral, I think. I really like the combination of the Tarte Under Eye Corrector and this product. And then using the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder and an Inglot 4SS brush, I believe this is, just to set the under eye. And then using the Wayne Goss Holiday brush and the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light. I'm probably spending more time than I need to applying this product just because the brush is so soft. And then using the correct end of my eyebrush, my eyebrow tool here, coming through my brows. And I don't usually fill in my brows on a day-to-day basis. I just use some sort of brow gel. So this is the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. So this makeup is somewhere between kind of what I do on filming days, where I want something a little bit more intense, and like the casual get ready with me that I did a few weeks ago. So I still want it to look natural in person, but just a little bit more done up. And then I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Vanilla to cover a few spots. And then tapping that in looking at the cat. Tapping that in with my finger. And then I'm using the NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. It's a really good eyeshadow base if you have trouble with eyeshadows creasing. And then using the Anastasia Illuminator in Starlight and the number 23 brush. Just kind of going for a star theme, although no one would know what highlighter I was wearing, but and then I'm using the Benefit Rockateur blush that I depotted from their holiday palette last year. And this is a MAC Duo Fiber brush from their Hot Dogs collection, which I've really been enjoying. So just applying a little bit more here to try and even it out. And then I had a quick snack break, so that's why I'm like making weird mouth shapes. But I'm taking the Visart Matte Nudes palette and another Inglot brush. I want to say this is the 28PO, but I could be wrong. And just using that white shade to kind of even out the lids. And I think it's a testament to how good these shadows are if a white shade like this can show up on my very fair skin. So just evening out the eyelid. And then using a Wayne Goss brush, going into that matte brown color. And I kind of wish I'd used a more tapered crease brush for this. I think this brush was just a little bit too big for placing the color, and I kind of regretted using it, but it blended out, I think, pretty well, so. And then, because I regretted using that brush, I used a tapered duo fiber brush from MAC. I'm not sure if this is part of their permanent line or if it was a limited edition brush, but just going in with that same shade again. Deepening up the color. So then I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Fallen Angels palette, which this is the first time I used this palette, even though I bought it back in like March or April, because I couldn't bear to disturb the star pattern, but I finally decided this was the time. So I'm using just a little flat shader brush and applying that light shade. And then I am applying some MAC Fix Plus to the brush, trying to get a more intense metallic finish. And then going in with that more silvery taupey shade, applying it to the outer third, I guess, outer half. And then I decided to zoom you in so you could see a little bit better. And then of course I cover it up. So these are nice shadows, but I think, like, currently I've just been wanting to really get an intense metallic finish on my eyelids, and I think you really have to look for an eyeshadow that promises that. I don't know that these do, although they do say they're wet dry. I think the look that came out of it was still pretty, but you'll see later that I really tried to intensify that metallic finish. So I think using that same taupey shade, just running a little bit underneath the lower lash line. And then I'm using the Ardency in Sunday Shadow. Just kind of add a bit more pop to the eyelid. So then I applied it with my finger to try and get more intense payoff. Alright, zooming you back out. And I'm using a shade from, a couple shades I think, from the Smashbox Full Exposure palette. So this was the very lightest kind of shimmery shade. Obviously, I wouldn't say this is a tutorial because it's kind of a trial and error of me trying to get a look that I want, but I'm sure you could do some variation of this. And then going in with that slightly darker shimmery shade. Alright, and then going in with liquid liner. I'm by no means a liner expert here. It's especially hard to do on camera, but I wasn't going for a wing, I don't know, I felt like doing liquid liner. It's one of those things that you never get good at if you don't practice, so sometimes you just have to go for it even if it's not the easiest method or the one that you feel most comfortable with. I think also because I find it harder too because my eyelashes are so light that it doesn't blend as well into my lash line, so I think it's more obvious if it's not perfect or perfectly smooth. Alright, and then I think I did my second eye off camera because I wasn't in frame anyway. Alright, and then using the Urban Decay Perversion eyeliner, just doing the tight line. I wasn't going to do false lashes, so I wanted to make sure that the eyeliner didn't look too out of place. And then curling my eyelashes with the Kevin Aquan eyelash curlers. And of course I'm using the CoverGirl Star Wars mascara, and this is one of their sort of regular formulas, not waterproof, and it kind of made me chuckle that the line was, indeed you are powerful. So I guess that's something you'd want to say to your mascara. So this is one of the first times I used this mascara formula, and I like it. I'm not head over heels with it, but certainly tried worse. My lashes are not anything to write home about normally, so just giving another quick curl to those other lashes. I do have some of the waterproof formula as well, so I might give that a shot at some point. So if you haven't heard this before, one of the reasons I'm kind of tilting my head back is that it prevents you from getting the mascara wand onto your eyelid by accident. Going in with another coat, it seems. And then using the Surratt Pointless mascara on my lower lashes. And then finally just a little bit of the Sarah Happ, I think it's called One Lux Gloss or something like that. I was planning on eating popcorn and all that good stuff, so I didn't see the point in putting on any sort of lip product. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and happy holidays.